3, 2.
Welcome back to Metal Rules TV, where the underground meets the playground. I'm Jeff Rappaport.
I am Matt Givens.
I'm Alex Poole.
Neil Jameson.
All right, so in the news, Black Sabbath
Who?
have a new album coming out called 13.
There was a Megadeth album called that last year. Interesting.
Yes, and there's also a number like that too, isn't there?
Wow.
An unlucky number.
There are definitely some negative things associated
Yes.
with it. Now, Megadeth used that because that was their 13th album. Is that why Black Sabbath is using it?
I have no idea.
I don't either. I think they've had more than 13 albums, though.
I only like Dio Sabbath, so I can't really tell you that much.
You just exploded his fucking head.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I love Dio Sabbath as well, but the original albums.
Oh yeah, I love Dio Sabbath as well, but first you're all, you know who I'd really like to fuck? Whoopi Goldberg. And then you're like, I only really like Dio Sabbath. Like, you don't get into the Ozzy ones at all?
It sounds like old hippie music to me. I'm not an old hippie.
You do
I'm
realize...
old, but I'm not a hippie.
Wow.
Did you realize if that didn't exist, though, none of the music you
I don't
like
believe
whatsoever
that.
would have...
I think something else would have come about. I don't believe it.
So evolution would have happened without the frog, is what you're kind of saying.
Yes.
I mean, this is...
I'm not a big fan of that.
Wow. I don't know how to put that into words.
No. If I had a choice, I'd rather listen to Dio Sabbath and Ozzy solo. I'd much rather hear Bark at the Moon, I'm just trying, Diary of a Madman, and what am I saying?
Much rather hear all these albums. I don't remember the names.
Blizzard of Oz. I'd much rather hear those I'd rather hear those Ozzy albums
He
than
just phoned
anything
you,
Black
son.
Sabbath. I missed it, guys.
No, it's alright. You won.
Nah, dude, give me Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath any day.
No, I'd much rather listen to those other albums.
Give me fucking...
I'm not 70. I really don't really
Master
want
of
to
Reality.
Whoa.
I'm not 70 either.
Yeah,
But, pal, come on now.
hippie.
Hippie.
I don't like hippie music.
Alright, so what's your opinion on the new Sabbath song that just debuted last week?
Oh my God! Let me. Somebody posted "God is Dead," and I wanted to hang myself. Like 30 seconds in, I already had enough of the song. It's so fucking boring and drawn out. It's also like 9 minutes. I didn't even make it to the end.
Yeah, it didn't need it to be like
I couldn't listen
My
to it.
expectations for the song were so low that I was pleasantly surprised hearing it. But
You
it's
liked it?
nothing I would
I like your
listen
attitude.
to. I don't like it per se, but it was more than I expected.
It has one riff on it that's real Iommi classic Sabbath.
What, that last one, the one near the end or whatever?
It's like after like the rain sounds or whatever the fuck Ozzy shit, that they do at the beginning. Then it goes into like a almost like a Volume 4-esque kind of riff. It's like, this is gonna be cool, and then it turns into, here's Ozzy's overproduced voice that sounds like all of his records since the early 90s, and then the whole song to me just sounds late period Ozzy, just with a more famous backing band, and that just
sounds
bores
terrible.
the piss out of me.
And the fact that they got that fucking Rage Against the Machine guy.
Ugh!
I mean,
I hate that.
I didn't
really,
know that.
just give Bill Ward his fucking money.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Where'd
Well,
you
apparently
get
he's
this?
hard to work with. He's like
Whatever.
difficult to work with anyone. Like he was having problems at work with Dio.
Really? Well, yeah, Dio and him apparently never got. That's why they had Carmen Appice kill him for...
Yeah.
Whatever the case, they could have made it work. I think they could have made it work. And if the guy was asking whatever he was asking for,
Physically, I don't think he's able to do it anymore because he's like Dick Cheney. He's had like 17 heart attacks.
Yeah, something like that.
So I mean, I can't imagine him trying to,
But
Go
regardless
in the
if he
sky
was in
and-
it or not, it would not make it any better.
but regardless too,
That was not the deciding factor.
Right, it was Iommi who writes the
Yeah.
music pretty much.
It
He
sounds
writes
like
the
it was
songs that the
Sharon
whole
that
world
wrote
sang.
everything.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Did you hear what Neil said?
It
what?
sounds like Sharon wrote the whole thing. It sounds like everything Ozzy's done for the last 20 years. It's real. Here's Ozzy. Here's a backing band. Here's his fucking daughter that's all of a sudden a fashion critic, and their kid that's what?
He was a cop or something?
Yeah.
Doesn't he have an MS or something?
Yeah,
that's
like
not
that.
good.
That sucks. But
Yeah.
It's just everything that Ozzy has touched because of Sharon has just turned into like this stupid ass reality show, slick, well done. It just doesn't have any heart to it anymore. Like the only reason they're doing this is, well, there's a few reasons. There's money, and
That's
then
cash
hopefully
grab.
they'd be doing it for the right reason. That Iommi's sick, and
Yeah, he's got cancer.
he wants to do at least get something done before he dies, and that's cool, and I support that. I just think that honestly, Ozzy ruins it. If you listen to the Heaven and Hell record that they did with Dio a few years before he died, it's fucking awesome. It sounds just like the Dio
Hello,
era
that's because
Sabbath.
Dio's better.
You just got schooled, kid. I'm not gonna lie to you.
If Dio sang, it's not that I think Ozzy
Dio
was
is
the
fucking
better.
10 times the singer that Ozzy is.
You know, like, hold on a second, son. Let me, get to my point here. If Dio would have sang on all the early Sabbath, I would have liked it more. Because it wasn't Ozzy's voice that, I liked the early Sabbath for. It was
Right.
the riffs.
Yes.
Right.
So, if Dio would have sang on those albums, dude, they would have been fucking fantastic. I thought
But
Dio
it
was-
all lays on Iommi, and he had it then, and now he's sick, and
it
Well, I
almost
don't want to
feels-
down the guy for being sick. Because,
No, no,
yeah, believe
I
me,
mean-
that's terrible.
I don't even think it's because he's sick. I seriously think it's because no one can do anything unless it sounds like Ozzy shit, because Sharon has lawyers on every single one of them.
I just think it was like, this song is so, drawn out and boring and...
Not necessary.
Crushingly disappointing.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you should stop focusing on sounding like you did when Ozzy was in the band and do something good.
Maybe he hasn't really done anything good since Dio was in the band.
Yeah, I saw Black Sabbath, I've seen him, I can't even remember telling you how many times I've seen Black Sabbath. With Ozzy, with Dio, with Gillan. I've seen them
That's
in
impressive.
all different incarnations. And I always prefer, I thought Gillan, man, that fucking tour is amazing.
Well, that's the Born Again tour.
Oh my god, it was he was incredible.
And the band members hate that album cover. I love it. I think
It's a baby with the horns.
I think it's awesome. I don't know.
That tour was
It's
awesome.
damn
Had Quiet Riot opening for him, and that show was
Because girls
amazing.
rock your boys, right?
One would hope so, yes.
Gillan, I like Gillan way better than Ozzy too.
I think Ozzy sounded really good on certain records, but Dio's obviously he's the better singer.
Yes, there's no.
Yeah.
And he's just the nicer guy.
Regardless if you
It's
like
like-
him or not,
It's
he's just
like
a
the
better
Hagar
vocalist.
Yeah.
Roth debate. Like, once Roth was the showman, Roth is the better frontman.
But Van Halen
Technically
sucks, so
speaking,
we don't have
Hagar.
to talk about it.
But
What?
I want to murder
Hate
you
Van Halen.
later.
Are you kidding me? My
Right.
son's named David Lee Rappaport.
I was in Ohio the other day, and I heard Van Halen in an hour. I was scanning through the radio on seven different stations.
Good. I would listen to all of them.
And it
I love
made
Van
me.
Halen.
I came so close to just the next big truck that's coming by here. Oh, it's fucking here's the hot for teacher, right into that truck. Like, I don't like David Lee Roth. I don't like Sammy Hagar. I don't like Eddie Van Halen. I don't really like. I think the last song on Fair Warning is the only thing of theirs that I like, and that's it.
Eddie Van
Wow.
Halen's like I'm
Without the
I'm a
Doors, your
gear
favorite
nerd, and his setup back then, or I guess now even, is amazing. The Brown sound, which is
Yeah.
what they call it. It
Yeah.
is what he does to get that tone is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, he thinks.
Fantastic musicians, just hate.
Yeah,
it.
I don't like the music, but
You don't like the music either?
I'm not hot for
Van
Van
Halen.
Really?
Whatever.
I don't want to
And I'm
jump.
getting a hard time for not liking the Ozzy Sabbath.
Yeah. I
Well,
think
yeah, because it's basically you're like, oh, I don't.
Van
like,
Halen's pretty important in the evolution of metal too.
You don't like
I mean,
Ozzy era Sabbath, you don't like Motorhead, but then you're all like, I love Duran Duran. And
I love Duran Duran.
I love Duran Duran too.
Smell like it
It
sings.
has nothing to do with my
Mostly it's
metal
film.
cred. I just happen to like Duran Duran.
no, but it has.
I like Duran Duran.
Duran Duran are awesome. I like Duran Duran way better than Ozzy Sabbath.
All right, no, I'm not with you there. That's it.
Come
That's
on.
apples and oranges
The first,
at that point.
the first six.
But that has
songs
nothing to do with
are
it, like,
It looks
amazing.
like two bananas touching.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take Mob Rules and Heaven and Hell over anything else. You know?
See, Heaven and Hell to me is not that great.
What?
I
What?
love Mob Rules.
This
What?
is just gonna.
The
Could we just
album-
break out to a fist fight already?
Yeah,
I,
none of us are
I love
agreeing on anything.
Mob Rules, but Heaven and Hell is it's okay. I don't hate it, but it's,
Heaven and Hell was epic, dude. It was like,
I prefer Mob Rules. I'm sorry.
but you,
Country Girl is on it for one thing. Come
yeah, Mob Rules is
on.
great. Mob Rules is a short album. I think it's like,
Yeah.
I think it's only like 35 minutes or something.
Something like that, yeah. But
Yeah.
It's as long as it needs to be.
Yeah, it's great though.
I love.
I used to jam it all the time when I was in high school and play that in my room. It's fucking weird.
What was the reunion one with Dio?
Fools.
Dehumanize,
Dehumanizer.
which I like.
That was a good one too. I thought.
Especially I. It's a great song.
It's definitely better than what the Eternal Idol and God, what are some of those other ones? There was the one that was it was some Norwegian name. I don't remember the fucking name of it now. Fuck. Tear.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was a good one.
Oh, you liked it?
Yeah.
It didn't even sound like I didn't even like. What am I even listening to?
Yeah, it was different.
At that
I
point, it's
really
like-
I really like that album.
The fucking Gillan album is amazing.
Yep.
It's a great. I love his voice, and he was. He killed it on that. That album's so fucking heavy.
Yes,
that might be their heaviest album.
Totally underrated too.
Do you think that might be their heaviest album?
That or Volume 4, I think. Yeah. Sorry, I have to go back into the
No,
Sabbath.
oh my god, that album crushed it. Volume 4. Come on.
Yeah.
I think it's just that, growing up on radio and shit, like it's like certain songs, like and certain like Paranoid, Iron Man, and all those songs. If I hear them again, like
I never have. I never have to hear
that.
I
The
can't.
first two Sabbath
Yeah, but it
albums,
doesn't make him not
I never
good.
have to hear.
It doesn't
it
make him not good songs though. Like,
I'm just sick of them, I guess. But when I hear it, just sounds like it reminds me of